Good morning and Jai Hind students. Today we are going to revise the demography of India, and the topic of the discussions will be uh, today the state-wise fertility rates. The state-wise fertility rates in India, and now let's say look at the chart 2. Now students, we must sit with your NCERT books, understand, or look at the chart 2, understand, and the look at the chart 2, understand. You are looking, I suppose that you are now looking at the chart 2. Students, some states like the Kerala and the Tamil Nadu have managed to their bring down their total fertility rates, TFR, total fertility rate. The two states have managed to bring down. If you look at chart 2, understand, where you can see that on the chart 2 you can see that now the Tamil Nadu and the Kerala have managed to bring down their total fertility rates TFR to the 2.1 and the 1.8 respectively. Means the Kerala have brought down the 2.1 and the Tamil Nadu have brought down the 1.8 fertility rate. Now students, this means that average woman in Tamil Nadu, if you see, now produces only 2.1 children. Now 2.1 children, which is the replacement level required to replace herself or her spouses. Understand? That is the required. The 2.1 children she produces. It means that she is producing the offsprings, the two offsprings at the replacement level, means replacing herself or replacing her spouse, her husband. Understand? Replacing her spouse. Here the Kerala, if you see the Kerala, TFR is now actually below the replacement level. In the Kerala, the TFR, total fertility rate, is below the replacement level. Replacement level below है, that is the below, and which means that the population is going to decline in the future. If the replacement level is below the 2.1, it means that but the replacement level is declined, and which means that population is going to decline in the future. The population is going to be the future, even not touching the mark of the replacement level, and even the not marking the husbands and wife replacement. Here the many other states, if you now compare, apart from the bearing the Tamil Nadu or the Kerala, if you see towards the states like the Himachal Pradesh, West Bengal and Karnataka, Himachal Pradesh, West Bengal and Karnataka or the Maharashtra have fairly low TFR. Fairly have the low TFR. Total fertility rate is below like the Himachal Pradesh, West Bengal, Karnataka or Maharashtra, or but there relatively their TFR is the low in these states. Next you can see that, but there are some states, notably Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, and the Uttar Pradesh. Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, and Uttar Pradesh. Very big heart of the India. These states are the hot states of the India. Understand? Now, still have very high TFR. These states still have the high TFR of the 4 or more. 4 or more. It means that they are hugely increasing our population's rate and going. And these, remember the states: Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, MP, and Rajasthan. The TFR is the 4 or the more than the 4. So now these few states already accounted for almost the 45% of the total population. As of the 2001, these states are the total 45% population reside in these states. Understand? According to our census 2001. Okay. Next, they will also account now accounted for about the half 50% of the addition to the Indian population, or now they are accounted for the adding the 50% of the total Indian population up to the years 2026. By the 2026, now they are at this time they are adding the 45% of the total population of the India. 45% total population of India. Now the Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, MP, and the Rajasthan is giving. Understand? Or by the 2026, they will now raise the 50% they will give to our country. 50% population in the total population of our country. Understand? And more than of the additions to the Indian population 2000, Uttar Pradesh alone is the Pradesh where you are living. Uttar Pradesh is expected to account for a little less than 1/4, means the 22 of the increase. In the total increase, Uttar Pradesh, out of suppose that the 50%, Uttar Pradesh is now adding a little less than the 1/4, means the 22% Uttar Pradesh only adding out of the 50% of the total population. The Uttar Pradesh is now adding only the 22% of the total population of India. Now what a miracle! Or now here the again students, you should have your knowledge, your eyes, or look, give your glance to the chart third. Understand? Let's see towards the chart third. So the relative contribution of to the population growth from different regional groupings of the state. You read out and go through the chart third, where you will find the regional contribution of the in the population. Understand? What is the regional contribution of these populations? You can find there, and moreover, students, age structure of Indian population. India has what is the age structure? We have studied about the age structure. So what is the age structure? I have already defined you that the age structure refers to the proportion of the variant age groups. Age structure constituted of the proportion of the variant age groups population, like the children in the age structure. Okay, variant groups, proportion of the variant group. What is the proportion of children in our age structure? What is the proportion of the old in our old age structure beyond the 64? Or what is the proportion of the women? What is the proportion of below the 14 years? Understand? Now this is these all proportion of the variant age groups people constitute the what is the age structure. Understand? So now here we shall see that we have to be the observe that what is the age structure. Understand? So now here students, India has a very young population. Okay, in our country we are the very fortunate that young population, but not the this young population and the more than because of the various region. Okay, we have the garbage population. Understand? Only the very few percents are the well skilled and the well trained and the asset for the nation, but the rest of the burden. Here is the age structures of the Indian populations. Now we are going. India is a very young population. That is the majority of the Indians tend to be the young. Here the majority of the Indians are the tend to be the young, and average age is also less than for most other country, but the average is the less than the most of the other countries of the world. Now look at the table 2. Again, you should now look at the table 2 of your NCERT book. See there what the table 2 shows. Are you looking at table 2? I suppose you are looking at. Understand? And the show that the share of the under 15 age group, in the total population has come down. See, the share of the total population of the age group of the 15 is coming down, declining. That is a very alarming. Or it's a from its a highest level of the 42 in the 1971. Now total population has come down from the 42 in the 1971, 35, 2001, 35. Now the share of the 15 to 60 age group in our age structure, Indian age structure group has now increased slightly. 15 to 60 slightly increased from 53 to the 53, while the share of the 60 plus age group in our country is very small, but has begun to increase. 64 has been the very small, but now this is the increasing. It means what? The dependent group that is the very harmful for the economy of the country. It is the budget very small, but it has begun to increase in from 5% to the 7% over the same period of time. Why? Because of the much care is being taken to the elders beyond the 65, and as well as medical facilities or the much caring. Understand? So their percentage is increasing, although this is not good for our economic growth. Next thing is that, but the age composition of the Indian population, right? The Indian population, what is expected to change significantly in the next 2 decades. It is supposed that that is the age structure is going to be the change in the coming 2 decades in the further coming, and most of this change will be at the 2 ends of the age spectrum. That changes is expected on the 2 spectrum as table 2 shows. Look at the table 2 again. 14 up to the age of 14 years age group will reduce its share by the about 11%. That is the alarming. the 11%, from the 34% in 2001, 23% in 2026. While the 60 plus age group will increase its share, now the older say will increase their share, but the youngers will reduce. That is the alarming, very alarming or the dangers for our country. And the share by 5% from 7 to the 2001 and about the 12% in 2026. Understand? They will again come to the chart 4. You can see, study the chart 4. Look at students. I suppose you are with your book. Look at the chart 4. What does chart 4 explains? Now, so the a graphical picture of the population pyramid from 1961 to its projected shape in the 2026. As with the fertility rate, there are wide regional variation in our country. The fertility rates varies in the age structure as well. Regional variation or the age structure as well. While states like Kerala is the beginning to the acquire an age structure that of the developed countries. Kerala age structure is the like the developed country age structure. As in the western countries or the developed country, they had set for the age structure. Understand? So similarly, the Kerala had the like that. Okay, and the Uttar Pradesh presents a very different picture in that respect or in that terms. Very with the high proportion in the younger age groups. Uttar Pradesh represents the high proportion of the younger groups and the relatively low proportion among the aged or low proportion among the aged. Aged are the low proportion, that is the good shining for the growth. India stands in the middle. Our country as a whole, if you take the data from the all the whole country, understand the now the India stands particularly India stands in the middle because it includes the states like Uttar Pradesh as well as states that are the more like the Kerala. So in the between, our country stands in the between like the Kerala or the Uttar Pradesh. Now come to the chart 4. Students, you are advised to look at the chart 4. Shows the estimated population pyramid. See at the pyramid of the chart 4. You carefully see. See carefully, your students. Now pyramids for Uttar Pradesh and the Kerala in the year 2012, now 2026. Noted the different in the location of the widest parts of the pyramids for the Kerala and the Uttar Pradesh. It is quite different for these two states. Okay. Moreover, students, the bias towards younger age group in the age now structure is the believed to be the an advantage of for the India. Now here we can see now our age group is the very biased towards the younger groups in the age structure is the believed to be the an advantage for India. If the age structure, if you talk about the bias talk towards the age structure of the younger say, increasing younger say, that is the good for our progress. Understand? Or now, like the East Asia economies in the past decades, or the Ireland today. Okay, India is supposed to be the benefiting from the demographic dividend. it is supposed that India is getting benefit from the demographic dividend. What is the demographic dividend? Anybody? You know about the demographic dividend? I suppose you all know. I have reminded and taught very well about the demographic dividend. So India is in position of the demographic dividend. Understand? That is the state or the condition of the population structure in which the larger numbers the youngsters are, and the lesser number demographic lesser numbers the olders. So the larger numbers contributes a lot in the growth and the development of the country and flow the benefits to the nation, economic benefit to the nation. That is the called the demographic dividend. Under here, students, we can see that the India in position of the demographic dividend. Our country is in that position, and this dividend arises from the fact that the current generations of the working age people is a relatively larger one in our country. The working age population is the larger, understand, or moreover, and it has only the relatively small preceding generations of the old people to support. Very preceding generations to people to support means the dependency ratio is the very less. But working group is the larger. But there is nothing automatic about this advantage, or it needs to be the consciously exploited. But this is the need of the hour that this power group or the youngsters' power or the ability should be the very carefully exploited, or through the appropriate policies as explained in the box 2.3. See the box 2.3, how this larger group in our demographic structure, Indian demographic structure, should be exploited, should be employed to take the advantage economic growth of the country. This has been the very carefully explained in your box, students. Look at the box 2.3. How this demographic dividend should be realized and should be taken, the advantage that depends on the government's policy. How the government realize this or take the advantage of that. Understand? How the government take the advantage. This is the, and moreover, declining sex ratio. Another the topic, students, we are coming declining sex ratio. Why our sex ratio is going down and down? First, in India, particularly we are talking about that sex ratio is an important indicator of gender balance in the population. Okay, this is the very important in the gender balance of a country, because the development will be the very balanced if our gender will be the balance in our population composition. The male and female, they will be in the similar. Historically, sex ratio had been the slightly in favor of the females. Now, students, we know the historically the sex ratio goes in favor of the females. That is the number of females per 1,000 males. What is the sex ratio? The number of the female per 1,000 male has generally been the somewhat higher than the 1,000. But let's see about the India. What is the proportion in the India? In India has a declining sex ratio. In our country, the women numbers is the declining, the female numbers is the declining more than the century. A clear from the table 3. If you are the sitting with the book, see the table 3, how our sex ratio is the declining in our country, and that is the very alarming. Or from 972 female per thousand male, female are the per thousand male, female are the 972 at the turn of the 20th century. Understand, this is the sex ratio has declined to the 933 at the turn of the 21st century, and that from the 972 the 21st century this came to the 933. What a drastic fall happened in the sex ratio in our country by the turning of the 21st century. That should be the increase, but it is the very alarming. The sex ratio is the declining or decreasing in our country. That is the much concern. The trend of the last 4 decades अगर देखा जाए, if you see, have been the particularly worrying from, if you see 1961 941 was per thousand, women were 941. Sex ratio has fallen to all times low, or by the 1991 927 per thousand male, the women were female. Before posting a modest increase in the 2001, a modest increase. But what has really alarmed the demographers, particularly a very alarming positions the demographers had to the drawn, and the demographers, the policy makers of our country, or as well as the social activists, they are the much alarmed of that and concerned citizens in the drastic fall in the child sex ratio. Moreover, much concern is toward the child sex ratio is the drastically falling in our country. That is the much alarming, or the having the much concern. The sex ratio, the children are the sorting fall in the child sex. Age specific sex ratio began to be computed in the 1961, as it's shown the table 3. You can see the table 3 object where the sex ratio about that. The sex ratio for the up to the 6 years age group known as the juvenile or the child sex ratio has generally been the substantially higher than the overall sex ratio for all age groups, but it has been the falling. But this sex ratio has been the falling drastically, and particularly the juvenile age within a younger age, too younger or less than the up to the 6 years, that sex ratio is declining. Or now this is the very much alarming for our country. Understand the students today that the best topics I shall discuss in the later class, or the rest the what the topics are I will collect and then after the discuss. So this chapter is the very long chapter, or I suppose that this let's see, and I am going to revise all those chapters which had been taught by the audio. So that will be the converted into the video teaching. Understand? So the first chapter as a revision or as a video teaching, both is the going here. Understand? You should listen very carefully to make the clear your concept, and very make you the very helpful in your coming examinations. Understand? Okay, very much. Thank you very much for attending the class. All the best.